So you're sick of the never-ending cycle of motivation, 2-week phase in the gym, motivation loss, and next thing you know, you're not in the gym for 4 months. You can break this cycle. You can end it, but it depends on you and how bad you want it. I don't have an education degree for psychology. I can't give you the scientific based facts of this will help, this will do that, but I can tell you that I've done it, did it, doing it. I mean, I'm always going to try and improve myself, but I've overcome a lot of obstacles in my life that I think I was put through to use to either encourage others, educate others, or just share my story. Some circumstances are harder to beat and get out of, and I'd love to be able to share that with people are maybe going through the same thing or just need a little extra motivation. So I was in the hospital, and I'm not going to go into full details. I do have a story time. I'll put the link below. But I was in the hospital. I was a powerlifter, lost, I would say, years of progress in the span of 3 weeks. I lost about 25 pounds, most of it being muscle. I was bedbound. I was not moving at all. For some of the time, I was in a medically induced coma. So I had to relearn how to walk. When I initially first was extubated, because the lack of movement of just laying in that bed. And in those moments, I had never wanted to work out more in my life. And I regretted every gym session that I'd ever skipped. I regretted every single time that I was like, oh, I don't want to go. Because in that moment, when I couldn't do it, is when I wanted it the most. And chances are, if you're listening to this, if you can see me speaking right now, you are more blessed than some people in the world. And you're taking for granted the opportunities you have in this life that others will never be able to ever do. That in itself should be motivation for you to get up and go to the gym. And even when you don't have that motivation, the reminder, oh, my legs are working. Okay, well, maybe your legs aren't working. You have arms. Do your arms work? Can you hear? Can you see? That is what matters. That is what matters the most. And I counted my blessings in that hospital. I did. And coming out of the hospital was the part where I had to fight my own self. I had to, first off, be okay with not working out for a few months. Not pushing myself, letting my body recover, getting out of the place that I had just been in. That was a hard part. The harder part was when I got back into the gym and I had seen the loss of strength, the loss of muscle, and just being incapable of what I was capable of before. I had so many days where I would leave the gym and I would be bawling my eyes. Not because I was feeling, I guess, necessarily sorry for myself, but it's just like I had no hope left of years of progress just down the drain, and here I am, and it hurts to curl 8 pounds. In those moments, I had to remind myself, if you never do it, you will never get it back. You will never get to the point that you want to get to. But if you start now, you will waste no time. And it all adds up in the end. The time adds up. So what are you going to do? Are you going to sit there for 2 months and you're in the exact same place? Or are you going to have 2 months go by where you overcame yourself every single day when you didn't want to, and you see some sort of change? You look in the mirror and you see something different. You look at yourself and you just feel different. That is when it matters the most. I would hate for someone to look back on their life and wish that they did it differently. You don't ever want to look back at your life and wish you did it differently. And that's something I'm learning every single day. But I sure did have a wake-up call when I could barely walk. That was the wake-up call. Now, every time I step into that gym, it's not only an opportunity, but I'm privileged. And I'm thankful. Because the gym is so much more than just looking better. It's way more than just looking better. Your wellness and your overall being is what matters. And I don't even need to tell you all the studies that show how beneficial movement in your life is. I don't need to tell you, you already know. Half the time people already know what they need to do, they just don't do it. And why? Why aren't you wanting the best for yourself? And in that case, maybe you have other things you need to work on. Do you not love yourself enough to give yourself what you deserve? Because everyone deserves to feel good in their body. Pain is temporary. The pain that the gym brings and working out brings, that's temporary. Excluding injuries, that doesn't count. I'm talking about when you push for that one extra rep and it burns and you just can't do it. But you can do it though. You just don't want to. Why? Why don't you want to do it? The difference between motivation and discipline is one, you love yourself more than the other. Motivation is when you just have that burst of energy of, you were scrolling on TikTok and you saw someone doing the Stairmaster and you're like, yeah, I'll get my life together. You do the Stairmaster one day, that was kind of hard, I don't know. I mean, I'll do it again, I think I can do it again. Next day you show up, I'm just sore, my body hurts. Tomorrow I'll give myself a rest day. Okay, rest day. Chips, McDonald's, crap. Next day after that, I'm still sore, What are you doing? Motivation doesn't last forever, but when that discipline kicks in, the discipline is what's gonna bring you to where you want to be. You're relying on the wrong things, and that's why you're not getting anywhere. You're not gonna feel 100% every single day. Trust me, I don't feel 100% every single day, but I know how the gym makes me feel, and I know that when I walk out of the gym after working out, I'm gonna feel better. Because tell me when you felt better sitting in bed doing nothing, opposed to moving your body, which literally releases hormones and different triggers that literally increase your happiness levels. Serotonin, dopamine. Last time I checked, the dopamine that you get from scrolling on your phone isn't really the same as moving your body. It's short-lived, and it's not going to help. Breaking the cycle. You need to break the cycle that you have established. Once you get out of the habit of it, that is when you know you're on the right track. The first 2 weeks are going to be hard. No one says it's easy. No, life is not easy. I think most people know life isn't easy, but are you gonna feel bad about it, or are you gonna take control and do something about it? Because if I had never tried to do powerlifting again, never tried to lift a weight again, and I said, well, I guess that's it. I guess that was just that was it, the few years, and I almost died, and I'm gonna give up. Really? No. Because I'm better than that. You're better than that. To just give up on something like that. If you want something, go and get it. Go and get it. Envision a line. And you're standing here. And you look down the line. And you see the potential. You see what you could be, but you're gonna have to run a little bit to get there. You're gonna feel a little tired. You're gonna feel exhausted. Sometimes there may even be like a hill. And you're like, oh my gosh. But would that stop you? If you could see the potential and what you could be, would you rather stand exactly where you are and live that way forever? Or would you want to put in a little work and actually do something about it? Because I can tell you right now, if you go into the gym and you train and you eat right, like, it's gonna happen. Like, the human body, like, your body isn't defying the odds. Like, you're just not losing weight because your body is like different. There's exceptions, but like, a calorie deficit is a calorie deficit. And if you're trying to gain weight, like, a calorie surplus is a calorie surplus. If you're not gaining weight, you're not eating enough. Discipline over motivation. You can get there. I'll say it again. It's just a matter of how bad do you want it. I'm not where I want to be. I want to be a national champ. And I know it's a long road ahead. I got work to do. I've got to show up in the gym. If I don't show up in the gym, best believe I will never be standing on that podium, let alone first. Never. But I want it. I've never wanted something more in my life. How bad do you want it? Are you willing to sacrifice being comfortable for your own well-being and the sake of your health? Because I know when the doctors say that you're a pre-diabetic or something's not right in your body and you could have prevented it, that's going to be the moment where you're going to say, I wish I did something. I know everyone's heard the saying, day one or day one. Please make today day one. Make today day one. You don't even got to tell yourself it's day one. Make it day one. That's the difference. As long as you have yourself and you believe in yourself, I'm not saying motivation. I'm just saying, like, you know what, I can get up today and go to the gym. Yep. You just have to believe that you can do it. Discipline over motivation. I will continue to preach that forever. Because if I didn't have the discipline, I would not be here right now. I mean, I'd be here, but not with all my muscle back, not with all my strength back, not with me breaking 3 school records 9 months out of coming from the hospital. That would have never happened. And all I can wish for anyone who is watching this video, that you find the strength within yourself to go get what you want and do it because you care about yourself and you love yourself. Do it for you. If you're going to do it for anyone, do it for yourself. Because nothing is guaranteed in life, but you can guarantee that you always will have yourself. You will. It's a hard thing to comprehend, that sometimes not everyone will always be there for you. Even the people that you are like, no, they'll always be there. You don't know that. Life happens. You got to pick yourself up sometimes. And I hope that this video at least gave you some sort of hope for looking down that line and seeing yourself, full potential, what you did, what you've done. You put in that work and you did it. That was you. Anyone you look at, someone's physical appearance shows their habits. It shows what they've done in life. Don't let someone look at you and say, oh, I know what she's been doing. I know she's been in bed, partying on the weekends. Like, don't let that be you. Let someone look at you and say, she's got to be consistent. She loves herself enough to do X, Y, Z. I really want to share more advice videos because I feel like I've got a lot of advice to share, quite frankly. I mean, I may be only 19, but life happens, and I've experienced a little bit more life than some people have. I'm not saying that I'm not blessed. I'm fortunate. I am blessed, and I am so grateful for the life circumstances that I have. But it would be a shame for me to not try and share my story that could benefit someone else who is in a low place, because I was in a low place. I hope that you find the strength to do better for yourself. I hope you have an amazing day, and God bless you.